Hello again, it's about time I showed you some more shirts from my collection. So how about we look at some of my most obscure shirts from teams across the world. This doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be rare, but generally it's just teams that most people either will never have heard of or maybe have only ever seen once or twice. Though it does mean generally that they are rare just by the nature of it. Um, there's going to be 10 of them, and it's not necessarily a typical top 10 because it's very interchangeable. You can decide which is the most and which is the least. At the end of the day, they're all exceptionally obscure, so don't take it to heart if you see something that's lower down that you believe should be higher up. Of course, this is from a UK perspective, so obviously if you live in North Korea, wherever it is, that team's going to be more known than it is to somebody who lives in the UK. So that's from my perspective. Also, I'm using the difficulty of acquiring the shirts also because there's some very obscure teams that are quite easy to pick the shirts up from. So a lot of the shirts that I'm going to show are either going to be exceptionally difficult or at the moment impossible to buy. So it's sort of a mixture of obscure and rare, but hopefully it's just obscurity. And of course, there's going to be some very troubling and difficult pronunciations of some of the teams, so please bear with me on that. I am not going to get them correct, if any of them. So I have all of my shirts here. Let's hope that there's some that you've never heard of. I suspect there probably will be, and we'll get into it. So enjoy. Right then, so in 10th place we have the Savannah United Home 2016 shirt.
Savannah United FC are a football team based in Laos. It has been a year since I bought this shirt and they still don't have a Wikipedia page. This should give you an idea of how obscure some of these teams are going to be. Admittedly, the rest of the clubs represented do have Wikipedia pages, so maybe this one should have been number one. A cursory look over their Facebook page suggests that they are still active and playing football at some level, whatever that may be. As for the shirt, it is manufactured by Spicer, who I know nothing about, not even which country they are based in. The shirt design as a whole is very striking and certainly captures your eye. The only downfall buying this shirt is that I bought a medium, but this translated into a UK small, so if you are looking to buy one, you should look to buy a size bigger.
In 9th, we have the FK Valur Home 2016-2017 shirt.
FK Valur are a football team based in Bosnia and Herzegovina. This team does have a Wikipedia page and highlights that the club was seemingly more successful when they played in the unified Yugoslav Football League than when Bosnia and Herzegovina separated. In 1974-75, the club reached the quarter-final stage of the UEFA Cup, losing out to eventual finalists FC Twente. The shirt is manufactured by Number One, who, as you can imagine, are quite difficult to find when you Google Number One football shirt manufacturer. I bought this shirt directly from the online club store after I saw it for sale at a very reasonable price. I inquired if the shipping was what was advertised on the website, as it seemed a bit low, but it indeed was correct. A few weeks later, and it appeared in my postbox. Though I had no idea it was going to have FK Valur 16 on the rear of the shirt, but I didn't really want to get into all that once it had arrived.
In 8th, we have the FC Elva 2013 away shirt.
FC Elva are a football team based in Estonia. This club has a Wikipedia page, but it was last updated on December 2018. If the information on there is to be believed, then the club plays at a 600 capacity stadium and play in the second tier of Estonian football. Though I did get speaking to a gentleman from the club when I was trying to figure out what year this shirt was from, so maybe I should ask him if this information is correct. On a side note, he invited me to have a look around the club if I ever found myself passing through the town of Elva. This shirt is manufactured by Nike, who I would hope everyone is aware of. I bought this shirt from an online store in Estonia who sell a fair selection of Estonian football shirts. Though navigating the website is quite tricky, as it is a bit ambiguous about which shirts it has in stock and what season they are from.
In 7th, we have the FK Zalgiris Home 2017 to 2019 shirt.
FK Kanto Zalgiris are a football team based in Lithuania. The founding of this club is typically in reverse of how most other clubs are formed, as this club was founded in 2004 and stemmed from the basketball team BC Zalgiris, who are the most decorated basketball team in Lithuania. The club plays in the top division of Lithuanian football, which comprises of a lowly 8 teams. The shirt is manufactured by Danish sportswear company Hummel. I was gifted this shirt as a birthday present, though of course I sent them the specific link to the online club store in order for them to buy it. The only issue was that the website didn't actually inform you what season the shirt was being worn, so having scoured social media platforms, I was able to deduce the fact that it was the home shirt for the 2017 to 2019 seasons.
In 6th place, we have the Deportes Concepcion Home 2011-2012 shirt.
Deportes Concepcion are a football team based in Chile. The club is currently plying its trade in the 4th tier of Chilean football due to finding themselves in financial ruin in 2016. They returned to the Football League system in 2018, having to start again from the 5th tier. I remember when I first bought this shirt and noticed that they weren't even playing football at that point, so at least things are looking brighter. The shirt is manufactured by Spanish sportswear giant Joma, who are one of my favourites. That being said though, I bought this shirt with the label saying that it was a medium, but when measured, it turned out to be a UK large. The primary colour of this shirt is purple, which isn't a colour that is typically popular for football teams, though I do find myself liking it. I am not too keen on the white chevrons across the front of the shirt, but other than that, I am pleased to own such a rare jersey.
In 5th place, we have this FC Skonto shirt, which is a home, but the year is unknown. I suspect late 2014-15.
Kanto FC were a football team based in Latvia. They were the most successful and supported team in Latvia, having won the first 14 titles of the Latvian top flight. However, in 2016 they became bankrupt and dissolved. I bought this shirt in the middle of 2016 from an online retailer in Latvia. That whole process deserves an entire video itself, if I'm honest. Cutting a long story short, the shirt arrived in the post, and I had noticed that it had a slightly different logo to what I was expecting. Also, I had no idea what season this shirt was from. I tried scouring the internet for any information regarding this shirt or similar ones. I wasn't successful with this. So I contacted the club on Twitter, and they were kind enough to confirm that the shirt was indeed authentic, but had the youth logo instead of the senior logo. They didn't tell me what year the shirt was from though, and now that they are defunct, I doubt I will ever know this information.
In 4th place, we have the NK Osijek Away 2017-18 shirt.
NK Osijek are a football team from Croatia and were my first Croatian team in my collection. They play in the top division and are featured a few times in the early qualifying rounds of the Europa League. Other than that though, they haven't been able to dethrone the Croatian juggernaut that is Dinamo Zagreb. I bought this shirt directly from their online store whilst looking around for my first Croatian shirt. With it being manufactured by Nike, I knew it was going to arrive with the tags attached, and for it to be a generally well put together shirt. The design of the shirt is great, with all the logos and sponsors being transferred directly onto it.
In 3rd place, we have the Valur Away 2018 shirt.
Valur are a football team based in Reykjavik, Iceland. They are the most successful team from Iceland, having won 22 league titles at the time of recording this video. They play at a stadium that only holds 1,500 spectators, but can be seen playing in the early rounds of the Europa League occasionally. The time it took to receive this shirt, fully from when I bought it to when it was in my hands, was probably going on close to 3 months. Also, it was the most money that I have ever spent on a football shirt too. However, I am now in the possession of a truly one-of-a-kind shirt and will no doubt do a video on this by itself. It also helps that I really like the design of the shirt with it having the supporters' names across the front, though I massively struggle to read what most of these names are.
And in second place we have the FK Vardar Home 2017-2018 shirt.
FK Vardar are a football team based in North Macedonia and are the most popular and renowned team domestically. They are the most successful club and play at the Macedonian national team stadium in the capital city of Skopje. They found themselves in the group stages of the 2017-18 Europa League, but were only able to earn a draw at home against Rosenborg, with them getting rinsed in the other 5 games. This was a shirt that I bought directly from their online store. They didn't acknowledge my order for about 2 weeks, but eventually I got a shipment notification and the shirt arrived 5 days later. Luckily it had the tags attached, which to be honest would have been a surprise, as it was manufactured by Hummel.
And to finish the list we have the FC Schaffhausen Home 2014-2015 shirt. And that completes the top 10.
FC Schaffhausen are a Swiss football team from the town of Schaffhausen. They currently play in the Challenge League, which is the second tier of Swiss football, which is where they have spent the majority of their life. When this shirt popped up for sale, I knew I had to purchase it simply because I had never heard of this team before. I had also never heard of Jeepard, who are the manufacturers of the shirt. These facts, coupled with the fact that the shirt is designed rather uniquely, results in a very interesting and rare shirt to own.
Well, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think you'll agree that most of those teams are quite obscure, and if I'm honest, I probably have another 10 or so that I could do for part 2, so I think I'll probably do that at some point in the future. This was certainly a very European-centric video. I do have a lot from like Asia, South America, Central America that are probably just as obscure as some of the teams that are mentioned here. And plus always, I'm always buying shirts and I'm always looking for those obscure teams, because at the end of the day they're worth more and certainly more collectible. But these shirts here are some of the most valuable ones and most important ones. I'm happy that I was able to show them and share them with you guys. So keep your eyes peeled and we'll see what I show you next time. So thank you again for watching, and have a good one.